Coming up, we are going to jump straight into this game, and we are going to bring you Destin and Tzatzik's point of view because they just were destroying at the beginning of that last game.
Absolutely.
Now, capture the flag on Zealot. It's been played on here about 17 times in a row now. Why is it, Dave? How come this map is not getting vetoed?
Such a well-balanced game type.
Okay.
You find out that it's very symmetrical. There's not many bad spawns. Obviously, you can spawn on the base, and that turns out bad, but you can control the map very well, and most teams are comfortable on it. It's been one of the best game types or maps that has been released for Reach.
I think it's just because it's so popular in the playlist, which isn't ranked. I'm just kidding. But jumping on board with Destin and Tzatzik. Now, Dave, how did they fare at this at the LAN that you attended? Were they
it's
good
funny,
at this?
when I was talking to every team, every single team put Zealot CTF as one of their best 3 game types. And the reason that and obviously not everyone can be their best, is you have to look at is how comfortable other teams are at playing it. So I think every single player here at this tournament is used to playing this map and this game type. And one thing I want to point out with Destin right there, when you're running flag landing, you have to go to the left of that post, especially with no bloom, no sprint. That way you can't get hit by a nade. For example, if I'm trying to nade landing, I'm able to bang it to the front of the landing and have it explode instantly. So if you take that one step to the outside of it, you're going to avoid those nades and stay alive much longer.
Hey,
so he didn't get nade. It's just a small change, but it helps a lot.
Wow. You know, Dave, I was actually telling one of the guys in the production crew who's helped the stagehand, and I said, you know, I learned more about free-for-all in one game of casting with Dave than I've ever learned in my entire career. And it's these little things.
Yeah, absolutely, the little details. Another thing you'll notice that they do, especially Dursky, when he runs in a flag to cap it, he will not jump that last bit in order to cap it. So, for example, he anticipates a nade to hit him, he anticipates the nade to be thrown, and he also feels like, all right, why would I jump, expose my entire body to shots when instead I can just have my head exposed or just a little bit of myself. And he just, you know, it's only that split-second difference in capping it, but you're able to dodge those nades, dodge those shots much better.
Yeah, man.
It's those little differences that make the cap happen, that you're actually able to get in, put it in, and not get stopped last second, because that's one of the most frustrating things.
Oh, God.
You get naded in one shot when you're just trying to run, jump, and toss a flag.
Oh, God. Onslaught, capture the flag.
And watch what Tiz is most likely going to go to the left of this next pole, so he avoids these nades. If he doesn't, he could possibly get naded. Yes, and he goes to the left of it.
Sorry, I was just really excited that you're right.
He jumps it in, which obviously he didn't get punished for that time, but you see how they take these different precautions and just they make it so hard to be killed when we run this flag. They make those people have to work for those kills.
Awesome. So now Tzatzik's is going to be running bottom middle. He does have the sniper here. Will he be able to rip this player's head off? No, he's going to connect with the body. He's going to make him no shields. Focus now and CK are forced to retreat. They are both no shields, and they're trying to push in on the base. And now, with that said, do you always, when you're in a position, when you're holding top middle, do you want to focus on getting control of their base if someone's behind you, or do you just get that guy out of your base?
I'm always a fan of being more aggressive and leaving that person behind. So, for example, if all 4 of us are alive, I feel like you can push the other team's base, grab a flag, and kill that guy on your way back. It's the same situation as if he spawned and flanked your base as you're running it. So I always feel like you do not have to worry about that guy until later. It's always situational, though. So obviously there could be a time where I'm only one of the couple of people live left in my team. If there's a guy in my base and I can kill him since he's close to his flag, that's the right play in that situation.
Awesome. Awesome stuff. All right. Well, it seems Appetite for Destruction is actually doing a great job here. They have 3 members down. Well, they had 3 members down, and now he is going to be stopped short on that flag run. So, but there seems to be a little bit of life out of them. They have been running holograms to counter the gold strat, and they seem to just be getting in Dynasty's base. And that's really about all you can do because this team just is so well practiced. And when you're going up against a team who has a LAN, especially one against Instinct and Status Quo, they're going to be prepared.
Absolutely. So I'm really impressed with Appetite by Destruction, or Appetite for Destruction, I should say. They seem to be playing it very smart. They don't just blindly charge at gold, even though that's what you want to hold. They know that when the other team has gold, you have to flank through the hollows. You have to make something else happen to take gold. If I'm in their position, the way to take that gold is push the other team's health pack, and you eventually want to get top center. That is your key to eventually getting landing. You need to have more than one angle to take over landing.
Oh, CK had the potential to be just absolutely extremely clutch. He had the grenade launcher out, turned to his DMR, trying to be too good of a teammate. You know, sometimes you got to be a little bit arrogant. If he would have just shot that grenade launcher, he probably would have had a 2-for-1, and now it'd be a much different scenario. But nonetheless, Dynasty is now up 3-0 in this capture the flag on Zealot. Focus now does have the sniper. He is going to sit at his base and wait for his teammates to get that touch. Actually, no, that is their base. I am sorry.
By him. Very great positioning right now. I was just going to say I wasn't sure the count on how many were down for Dynasty, but for example, if he had picked up Dursky there and knowing that they're none at his base, I would wait for about a good 5 seconds, push back to your landing, because you know Dursky's going to come back around that flag spot and look for that sniper. So you can basically anticipate exactly where the next Dynasty member is going to come. So he didn't know Lethal was going to surprise him there, but overall it was a great start to that, but he could have finished out that play much better with the snipe by anticipating exactly where the next Dynasty member is going to come from.
All right, Encore is going to go for the hero return here as he's going to air up onto the landing. He has Dursky in his sight. He has great team fire from his buddy CK, and now there will be a double kill from CK. That's going to be three members down for Dynasty. The last one alive is Tazoxic, and now we have a Destin coming off the respawn with his other teammates. They are probably going to lose this cap. But nonetheless, they're not in the worst position, though, because Appetite for Destruction hasn't completely pushed up, and 2 of them have died because of that.
They got a cap. They're not giving up easily in this game.
Yeah.
And that's very impressive to see, especially after a disheartening first game, getting beaten that bad.
Yeah, I mean, no, you're right. You're right.
And that's all you got to do. And whether you lose a game by 1 kill or whether you get staked, you have to just roll in the next game as a loss. You can't be like, wow, we should have had that, or dude, we're getting destroyed. Like, you have to be able to reset your mind, just go into the next game.
Encore is just trying to anticipate where this flag's going to run, and now he's wisely going to get this flag, and he does not throw it out. He is going.
He should have gotten that touch
amateur
drop.
mistake.
That was very bad going to the flag melee, and you know he could have just gotten the touch, tossed out somewhere. Could have just gotten the touch and started fighting. All he had to do though was get a touch and do as much damage as possible.
And Lethal almost hitting the triple as the water spills out of your mouth and you ruin your shirt.
I was like, as soon as he missed that, I was more disappointed than he was. All
right, well, they're coming. They actually do have a flank. Encore was able to come up, but a great team fire here from the members of Dynasty will be able to solidify them this cap, hopefully. And yes, it will. So now Dynasty will advance to winner's bracket, round number 4 over Appetite for Destruction. Dursky wants the crowd to make a little bit of noise.
Give it up once again for Dynasty, everybody.
Taking a look at the stats here, we have Lethal going 19 and 10, positive 9, Dursky 13 and 8. And then, you know, on the other side, Encore 11 and 14. He was always that guy kind of coming up the landings. He tried to put himself in good situations, but Dynasty just anticipated those flanks.
I mean, they got outclassed. He had some great plays and a nice killing spree, but overall, they just were up against a better team.
Yep. All right, well, with that said, everybody, I would like a round of applause because there is no more split screen. We will be going to full screen here. It is not best of 5s yet. We will still be doing best of 3s for 1 round, and then round number 5, I expect another round of applause because we will be going to best of 5s. So anticipate the hand clap, and guys, thank you all for coming out here. I appreciate everything. For Walsh and myself, stay tuned.